Eddie Howe's held his press conference on Monday, ahead of the game against Qarabag in the playoff knockout round of the Champions League at St James's Park on Tuesday evening. I'm Ken and this is Inside The Toon. Let's see what he had to say. On the mood in the United camp, he was asked about that. He said the atmosphere around the squad has been really strong in the last few weeks. It's been really good response to a difficult period for us. We're ready for tomorrow's game. Get in. Eddie stressed focus, intensity and control, warned against complacency after Baku, praised squad depth and confirmed rotation is possible while keeping standards high for European nights. So no complacency, rotation possible, front foot approach, home advantage and late fitness test as well. Asked about his team selection for Tuesday's game, he said, we'll look at the squad and try to pick a strong team. We want to win the game. That's the first target. In some senses, we want to keep a good rhythm with the players. It's a delicate balance between rotating the squad and making sure everyone's fresh and also making sure players don't lose rhythm and we don't lose the good feeling we've had. On the club's Champions League exploits so far this time, he said there's been some great performances in the Champions League. We sort of saved our best for the competition. A lot was made of the result against Qarabag in the first leg, but for me it was the performance and the manner and the hunger we showed. On Botman and Visser, who trained on Monday with the team in their fitness, he said, we hope they'll be involved. We'll see how they are when they wake up tomorrow. But fingers crossed they'll be with us. On the prospect of reaching the last 16, he said it's something we spoke about before the competition started. That was our initial target. We wanted to reach the last 16. We'll back ourselves in cup ties and one-off games. They seem to have brought the best out of the squad this year. As much as that's the target, we still got to win tomorrow, and that's what we focus on. So the talking's over, and now we look forward to the match. My next video will be the team news about an hour before the kickoff. And let's see which team Eddie picks, shall we? Newcastle take on Qarabag on Tuesday evening in the Champions League playoff knockout phase, second leg. Newcastle are leading 6-1 from their first leg away in Baku. And here is my MatchDay program and predictions. I'm Ken and this is Inside The Toon. In February, Newcastle's form's been mixed. We lost initially to Man City 3-1 in the League Cup and then 3-2 at home to Brentford. And then we had 3 away games, which our form has picked up. Spurs winning 2-1. Villa in the Cup, FA Cup 3-1. And then Qarabag away 6-1. And then most recently, following that 5,000-mile round trip to Baku, Newcastle lost at the weekend to Man City, having put up a good performance in second half, a very good performance. So in Europe, we're doing really well, and I expect us to go through against Qarabag. But the big energy needs to come on Saturday against Everton at home. We do need the 3 points against Everton. And they play tonight, Monday night against Man U. So the momentum's building and we're still in the Champions League, the FA Cup, and we're mid-table in the Premier League. We could just do without the plague of injuries. Looking at the injuries and suspensions, we'll start with a suspension. Obviously, Chow got a second booking in Baku, so he's out tonight on Tuesday evening. Long-term injuries, Emil Kraft out for the season. Bruno likely back sometime in April, maybe. And Shah maybe around April, but we'll see, won't we? Other fitness issues: Tino, hamstring, maybe returning mid-March. Lewis Miley, estimated March return, however, they're still really getting underneath what his problem is, a knee problem now. Johan Visser, a knock in fitness issues, again, targeting early March. Anthony Gordon was out for, came off against Liverpool, and he's had a touch and go with his hamstrings, tightening. Joe Linton, he's just returned. Hopefully he'll stay fit this time. And Sven Botman's got a back injury, not completely ruled out, not completely ruled in either. So again, we're depending on the fitness of some of these players now. So with that in mind, I thought I'd take a look at one of the youngsters, Leo Saha, and he's played for England at virtually every level, under 15 through under 19 in the last few seasons since 2022. This season in the Premier League under 21 league, Div 2, 9 appearances, started 7 in total minutes, about 650 odd. His touch and his passing and his endeavour is liked to Elliot Anderson, so he's a great prospect if he's in that bracket. Qarabag's current form domestically, they are second in their league with a little bit to do. Obviously, the Champions League run is got in their way. I think they're a match 2 in hand, so they could catch up. The heavy defeats to Liverpool and Newcastle have kind of knocked their confidence in Europe now, I would imagine. But they are winning most of their league games. So in summary, Newcastle delivered a ruthless European away performance in Baku, making a powerful continental statement across Europe. Total domination was the result of the 6-1 win. Now we will take a look at my predictions, both team and score. Withstanding injuries, I've tried to shake this team up, given that we've got a 5-goal lead. I intend to leave a number of senior players on the bench if possible, and more if I could. So I've got Harris in goal, the youngster. I got Saha, who I've talked about in the match preview. Alex Murphy, Byrne and Hall. I'd like to rest Byrne, but I don't think we can. Midfield is a stronger midfield. Ramsey, Tonali and Willock, although Joe Linton could easily be slotted into there if he is fit enough. Then up front I got Jacob Murphy, Ilanga and Neve. So I've rested Gordon and Barnes and Joe Linton, Trippier and Chow is out suspended. In Botman, we just don't know about his fitness. So a bit different. I doubt if it'll be the team, but I thought I'd give it a go. So my prediction for tonight, a few key indicators first. Qarabag will come and play for pride, self-esteem and individual futures, players that are looking to move on to some of the bigger leagues in Europe. They'll want to score a goal, maybe 2, again for pride, but their defence will have its work cut out, I believe. Newcastle United, Eddie, I hope he plays some of the youth players. We want to avoid injuries and suspensions in this one. If Gordon gets minutes, he'll want to add to his goal tally, especially as he's probably after that golden boot in the Champions League at the moment with his total. Eddie will definitely want to rest some senior players, and if he could. Again, the long list of injuries is hurting us. The crowd, Newcastle crowd, will just want goals. So I've gone for Newcastle 4, Qarabag 1, and it could be any score, to be honest. So that's the matchday review and program and the predictions wrapped up. If you like this video, then please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you wish to see more, absolutely free. And if you're on TikTok, hit that follow button. Take care. Next up will be the team news when Eddie announces it on Tuesday evening. This evening, Newcastle play Qarabag in the Champions League, second leg, 6-1 up from the first leg. Eddie's named his team, and shall we take a look at it now, together? So here's the team to play Qarabag tonight. Ramsdale in goal, Trippier, Botman, Alex Murphy, and Dan Burn. Then in midfield, we have Joe Linton, Tonali, and possibly Big Nick. But looking at this, up front, we got Barnes, Asula, and Jacob Murphy. So quite a team. It could be Big Nick up front as well, but I don't think so. I think he'll be behind Asula. And then we got a couple in midfield, and there you go. So on the bench, Pope, Ruddy, Harris, 3 goalies. Hall, Visser, Gordon, Ilanga, Willock, Sahar, and Neve. I'd have liked to see maybe either Sahar or Neve come in, but that's not to be. It's Eddie's choice. It's a very strong team. I thought Tonali might have got a rest, but that's not the case this evening. Maybe he will. Maybe there'll be some changes at half time. Bring some youngsters on. We'll have to wait and see. But away the lads. Let's do the job tonight and move into the round of 16. Pre-match, Eddie asked for a professional performance tonight. Definitely looking at that team, we will get one. He urged for focus. Despite the strong away result, he stressed there would be no complacency, demanding intensity and control from the first whistle. Howe did hint at rotation. Obviously, Alex Murphy is in. But I'd like to see some changes in the early second half for Neve and Sahar to get some minutes. There you go. Newcastle United, get in. So that was Eddie's team. Next in this match video series is the halftime report. And I'm Ken, and this is Inside the Toon. Away the lads. Halftime at St James's Park. Newcastle lead 2-0, 8-1 on aggregate. And this is how it went. Eddie Howe made 7 changes as Newcastle host Qarabag, using the second leg as a chance to freshen up after last week's dominant 6-1 win. Alex Murphy, homegrown lad out of the academy, is handed his first senior start in defence, while Aaron Ramsdale, Sven Botman, Joe Linton, Jacob Murphy, William Asula and Harvey Barnes all returned to the 11. With qualification virtually secured, Howe will look to control the minutes in the legs and a professional performance to see the tie through. Now, how did the first half go? Let's take a look, shall we? It only took 4 minutes for Newcastle to cut through Qarabag's defence, like slicing through butter. Sandro Tonali. He started the move from the free kick, and he finished the move with a goal. Dan Burn crosses from the left. Asula has an effort blocked, and it's dropped for Tonali, who sweeps home the first goal. It only took 2 more minutes for Newcastle to score their second goal of the evening. Very painful for Qarabag. Newcastle, inside 6 minutes, 2-0 up, and this time it was Joe Linton meeting across from Harvey Barnes and doing well to control the volley and fire it into the roof of the net. And after that, thought it might be a landslide of goals, but Newcastle just dropped the tempo slightly, and the half drifted on. Possession-wise, you'll see in a minute, we had the ball or most of the time. I guess the highlight for me, in the 37th minute, there was a great move by Nick, who slotted the ball into the path of Jacob Murphy, and the ball just went wide of the post. And then the real highlight, in the 42nd minute, Alex Murphy in the penalty area, puts his foot in, gets the ball first, and stops their striker from shooting and potentially scoring. So you can see from the attack momentum chart there, the green is all Newcastle. Qarabag had a couple of periods where they got the ball late on in the first half. Ramsdale had to make a couple of saves, actually, so he's not been a spectator this evening. The pictures there is Big Joe just slotting it in. Nice goal, that one. So 8-1 up on aggregate. How Newcastle will play second half will be pretty much dictated by the subs, I think, that Eddie brings on. He's probably going to rest a couple more players now, I would. And we'll see how the game plays out. But we're comfortably through at half-time to the round of 16. Full-time report next after this video when the match ends. I'm Ken and this is Inside The Toon. Newcastle march on and into the round of 16 in the Champions League, having won 3-2 at St James's Park against Qarabag this evening, 9-3 on aggregate. 52,000 and a few at St James's tonight. Quite amazing given it was 6-1 in the first leg. But Qarabag scored in the 51st minute to make it 2-1. Nice run from their forward and a very nice finish. And within a minute, Newcastle made it 3-1. Botman scored from a Trippier corner, powered it in with his head into the net. Get in. A trio of subs in the 53rd minute. Trippier, Botman and Joe Linton coming off. Hall, Willock and Gordon coming on. Alex Murphy moved to centre-half and Jacob Murphy to right back. In the 55th minute, Byrne attempting to block a shot across, was in the box and hit his hand. European games, that's a penalty. In the UK, England, that's probably not a penalty. Ramsdale saved it, great save, but the follow-up, he was beaten. So it's 3-2 and 9-3 on aggregate at this point in time. 66-minute Barnes, trademark moving shot, went wide. 70th minute, Hall breaks, dribbles and passes to Gordon, who passes to Barnes, and then the pass is cleared by the defender. Wonderful teasing cross by Jacob Murphy, just over the head of Big Nick. Gordon was obviously hungry for more goals and was trying to get into the game and did. Had a long-range shot that just went past the post. And in the 86th minute, Leo Sahar makes his debut. Another young lad from the academy, and Jacob Murphy comes off on his birthday. 93rd minute, final action of the game. Corner to Newcastle, comes across. Dan Byrne tries to backheel the ball into the net, and it doesn't happen. So we won 3-2 on the night, 9-3 on aggregate. Newcastle are in the last 16 of the Champions League for the first time in their history. Well done, the Toon. Away the lads. Quick look at the attacking momentum chart. Again, second half, Qarabag came back into the game. Were Newcastle trying? Yes, they were trying. Were they being professional? Yes. Were they trying to avoid injury and any bookings? Oh, yes, they were definitely trying that. So Tonali ran his heart out and defended well, ran the whole length of the pitch at one point and looked knackered and then looked around, asking for some support and help from his colleagues. I'm not sure if it was going to come at that point in time. So we're through. Always going to be a bit of a dampener this match, especially as we were 6-1 up, but we're through and I'm delighted. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then hit the like button, subscribe, absolutely free. And if you're watching this on TikTok, hit that follow button. I'm Ken, and this is Inside the Toon. So thanks for watching. If you like this, and hit the like button. Subscribe if you wish to see more. The final word report will be out tomorrow, where we look at what Eddie had to say, some of the players had to say, look at a few stats and talk about things in general. So again, thank you very much. If you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, absolutely free. And if you're on TikTok watching this, hit the follow button. Thank you. Good night. Sorry about the darkness. This is the final word report after Newcastle beat Qarabag 3-2 at St James's Park and go through 9-3 on aggregate to the last round of 16. So Eddie, speaking to Amazon Prime after the game, he thought after going up 2-0, we probably came off the pedal. For one, we expended too much energy, and it meant we didn't put pressure on their goal. So we're disappointed with those 45 minutes. Asked about Big Nick and his performance, he said the main thing we've been saying to him is to stay between the lines. We also want him to score goals, but I think this was the least impact he had in that position for us so far. The BBC put together some fun facts. Newcastle are only the third English team to score 9+ goals in the Champions League knockout stage. Harvey Barnes has been involved in 8 goals in 10 Champions League games this season. And finally, Kieran Trippier became the third English defender to provide 10 assists in the Champions League after Ashley Cole and Trent Alexander-Arnold. On reaching the knockouts, he had this to say: this was our target at the start of the season. We discussed various things, and getting to the knockout stages was there for us, and we felt we could achieve it with the players we have. It's been a really exciting phase of this competition. The knockout stage will be a different challenge. We have to get our Premier League form back to where we want it to be, and that will give us all the best chance to do well in this competition as well. Asked about who he wanted next, Barcelona or Chelsea. He said, genuinely, I haven't given it a second thought, and he had a good laugh. After going 2-0 up in around about 6 minutes or so, we had 19 shots eventually, of which 8 were on target, 4 were off target, 7 were blocked, and 14 were inside the box. 66 possession of the ball and 2.78 XG. War Flags before the game started put out a massive tifo of Eddie, and when asked, Eddie said, "Oh, I didn't see it." Sandro was named player of the match and was very happy to receive his trophy, and I wouldn't mind one of those as well. More fun facts from the BBC. Newcastle are top of the Champions League goal chart now, 26 ahead of Atletico Madrid, PSG, Arsenal, Barcelona, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Get in. Eddie and the team celebrated after the match as usual with the celebration photo. The YouTubers and journalists had their say as normal. Keith Downey said job done for Newcastle as they made their way into the round of 16. Alice said it's time someone says this, and she obviously was going to talk about Tonali. Chris at Evermore said sweet 16. Nice one, Chris. And Rob Stein said Chelsea or Barca. So that's the final word report all wrapped up. Newcastle won 3-2. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this, then please hit the like button. Subscribe to see more. Absolutely free. And if you're on TikTok, hit the follow button as well. Thank you very much. Have a great week. Everton next on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff. Really weird.